I want to tell you something about this company. Not the version on the website, not the one on the pitch deck, the real one. The one I watched get built from the inside.
Hi everyone, my name is Temida Oloyede and I'm co-founder and CEO Edala Development.
Most real estate companies in Lagos looked at the mainland and see a problem. Traffic, density, complexity. Edala looked at the same streets and saw a home.
A lot of people said if you wanted to build in Lagos, go to the island. But we looked at the market and saw a different insight. The bulk majority of people that live in Lagos actually reside on the mainland. And these locations are Surulere, Bagada, Ikeja, Yaba, Maryland, and its environs. So we saw a market opportunity, decided to take a bet on it, and that became the foundation for everything we've built at Edala Development.
So before I joined Edala, I'd worked with other agencies, and I'll say it's one thing to sell and it's another thing to help your investors through the process of the investment. We started with rent, and we also helped clients to manage their rentals, and that was before we had hostel accommodation up until the point that we now have short-let investment that now gives our clients return on investment. And I must say, even a good idea does not survive on conviction alone. It needs a spine, and that spine is Edala.
Dio, exceptional guy. He brings in the vision that can fill a room just before he finishes a sentence. And my job is not exactly the easiest, but I build the systems, the structure, and the culture that this all operates on. And what this means for us is the quality of service that the first ever client experienced is consistent with the same quality of service that all of our clients now experience, even when they are now in their hundreds.
Before Edala could build a space for Lagos, he had to build a space for itself. This office is not just a workspace, it is standard, a daily reminder of what the company is trying to become. A company is not its logo, it's not its listing, its renders, its social media. A company is the sum of every person who showed up on the hard days, on the quiet days, on the days when nobody was watching. At Edala, those people are the brand.
Edala is the place where you want to do your best work, and that's because people around you do their best work. And that says a lot about who we are as a people and the commitment to service that our clients get to enjoy whenever they work with us.
Every single naira that comes into this company is properly accounted for. This is more than just my responsibility. It is a commitment to every client that trusted us with their money and wondered, is my investment safe? Yes, it is.
So here is what I've learned about trust in this market. You cannot buy it. You cannot shout your way into it. The only thing that works is showing up consistently and letting the work speak. Every campaign we run at Edala is built on one question. Does it reflect who we are? Not who we want people to think we are, but who we actually are. Because Lagos is smart, clients are smart. They will find the gap between your marketing and your reality very quickly. And we don't have a gap. That is the easiest brief I've ever been given.
The moment before a person signs with us is the most honest moment. I mean, someone is entrusting us with all their hard-earned money. It's just a person and a decision, and that decision means a lot to us as a company.
I joined Edala about a year ago, and what I meant was not a startup trying to figure itself out. I met a standard that is already in place, and people who genuinely care.
I've worked with brands that give you nothing to work with. Empty promises dressed up in nice font, and Edala is the direct opposite. Our brands, our project screams quality, and it is my job to make sure that everyone sees that.
Let me show you what 2 years looks like when you build right.
So to the first set of customers that we had as a company across different value chain, from the first person that bought the long lease apartment to us, to the first person that bought a land development project from us, to our first client that bought our short-let project. I could remember vividly when we launched our first short-let project in Surulere called Urban Suites. We were trying to sell to investors, but we didn't have track record and nobody believed in us.
Edala is setting a new benchmark with urban living with properties like regular apartments, urban suites, Isimi apartments, The Crest, all in Lagos, and is shaping the future of how people live, stay, and invest in Lagos.
Solire was our proving ground. Urban suites and rugged apartments were the projects that sold to the market that we are serious about what we want to do. We are not just serious about what we promise. We are serious about what we want to deliver to our investors.
Yaba, one of the most densely lived-in zones in all of Lagos. And in the middle of it, a property that gives you everything the city offers, and somewhere to come home from it.
So Montesa is like a bridge from where we are coming from, what we used to build, to where exactly we're trying to achieve right now. It is our first 5-floor project. It's our first project with an immersive hospitality ecosystem. What I mean by that is we're going to be the first to do exactly what Montesa is going to be in the entire landscape where we're building it in Yaba, right? We have a rooftop pool on the 5th floor, and we have an entire massive hospitality ecosystem on that same floor. So it's a game changer in the development ecosystem of Edala, and is a transition for us into where exactly we think we want to be.
Declan Residence was a very important project for us as a company, as it was our first and entry project into the island market, as a company that was coming from the mainland. And over the next couple of years, we are going to be having more projects across the island markets, from Lekki to Ikoyi to VI.
Then something changed. The vision got bigger, because some of the people Edala was building for didn't just want a place to stay, they wanted a place to arrive.
So the Cardiff series was about creating something valuable for a segment of the market that we serve. And that's why when you look at it, all of the pictures and clips you've seen about Cardiff, from the horses to the playground, it sends a particular kind of message, value, and it is entirely different from every single thing you can find in that corridor.
One very critical aspect of my role as the in-house counsel of Edala Developments is conducting the legal due diligence on every land we want to purchase as a development. We don't just buy a land merely because it is commercially viable or it looks very attractive on the outside. We conduct the necessary legal searches that ought to be done and make sure that the abstract of title and the epitome of title actually goes in line with one another. After we conduct all these searches and see that land actually goes in line with what we want as a company, then we go ahead to buy the land.
And then, a first. Something Edala had never done before. A commercial project. Because the people that they were building for didn't just need somewhere to stay, they needed somewhere to build.
Dollar House is a statement. It says Edala is not a one-category company. We understand Lagos. We understand that the people here are not just residents. They are entrepreneurs, corporates, and creators. And Dollar House was built for the version of them that is still becoming. And that is the most exciting version to build for.
So when we broke ground at Dollar House, as a commercial project, I felt something quite different. It was a testament to the fact that as a company, we could deliver value and fit perfectly across different segments of the real estate markets.
I need to be honest with you about something. It hasn't all been beautiful shots and finished apartment. Building a company, a real one, costs something from everyone inside it.
There were times in year one when I had to look my team in the eye and I had to tell them, I know times are hard, I know I'm asking for a lot, but we have to hold the standard because the standard is actually what we're selling. Those times, the ones where the team made any rules, are the ones I am most proud of because they actually did it when nobody was watching and they did it because it actually mattered.
We have never compromised on our financial integrity. Not when it was hard, not when we could have cut corners. Because numbers don't lie, they reflect the truth. And at Edala, our numbers are clean. But to me, it isn't about responsibility. It is about keeping the promise to a client every single day.
Every agreement that we draft and every document that we review is aimed at minimizing risks, protecting our clients, and making sure that every transaction we venture into is within the ambit of the law. And for me, that's one of the most rewarding parts of my job as the in-house counsel of Edala Development, where we get to protect the clients and the company.
At some point, the buildings stopped being buildings. They become someone's experience, someone's address for the week, the place they come back to because nothing else compares.
Edala is helping redefine hospitality in Lagos by blending real estate development with professionally managed service departments, thereby creating an experience that sits between traditional hotels and residential homes.
Right now, most of our ongoing projects are sold out, which is a great fit for the marketing team. That is why I stayed. That is why I work the way I work, because the story isn't finished. I want to be in it.
2 years in a city like Lagos is not a celebration. It's a statement. It says, we are still here. We kept the promise and we are not finished.
Year 3 already feels different, and that's because we are no longer starting from conviction. With 12 projects in the pipeline across residential, hospitality, and the commercial real estate market, we have seen what's possible, we have shown you what's possible, and this will change everything about how we build going forward.
I'd like to say thank you to all of our customers that have trusted us across the years. It's 2 years down the line and we're still building. And one thing I can tell you categorically is that we will never fail you as a company.
2 years of building Lagos, and I was here for all of it. And we are just getting started.